Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my kitchen. The holidays are quickly approaching us, and we are trying to get some good desserts on the table. You know, everybody's going to be baking pies, they're going to be baking cakes, they're going to be baking cookies, and they're going to be baking some stuff I don't know about. They're going to be doing what? Banana puddings, peach cobblers, apple pies, all kind of stuff. Sweet potato pies, pumpkin pies. Now, I love sweet potato pies and I love pumpkin pies. I love them both. So today I'm going to be making a sweet potato pie, but this is going to be a sweet potato cream cheese cake pie. Okay? And we're going to be I'm using 2 sweet potatoes like this size. This is a heavy sweet potato. Okay? This weighs at least 10 ounces. 2 sweet potatoes like this. And I'm going to be using 8 ounces of cream cheese. Also, I'm going to be adding Irish cream liqueur to the pie. And I'm going to also put in a splash of Jack Daniels to the pie. Okay, now this is just going to be a little bit. So by the time you bake your pies, the alcohol content is going to be so small, it's going to bake out, but the flavor is going to be there because anytime you put heat to alcohol, you can cook out the flavor depending on how long you have it there. So what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gloves on, and then I'm going to take these 2 pie shells right here, and I'm going to brush them with butter, and then I'm going to add cinnamon sugar to them. Then they're going to go into the oven until they're nice and brown, not too brown, but brown enough. I don't like to put raw pie shells in the oven, and these are Marie Callender pie shells, deep dish Marie Callender pie shells. And if you don't have time to make yours from scratch, because I know a lot of people do scratch pie shells. I have a sister-in-law. She makes the most wonderful, oh goodness. My sister-in-law can cook herself off, okay? This girl can cook. And her pie crust is thebomb.com, okay? She's a stay-at-home mom. So my sister-in-law, she's always cooking. She's always experimenting with things, and she gets it done. Me, Marie Callender, okay? And I'm happy with Marie Callender. This has a really good flavor. You just put your own spin on it. And my spin is butter and cinnamon sugar. That's my spin on this pie crust. Also, the sweet potatoes. I've already baked them. I baked them in my New Wave oven. I didn't boil them. Some people do boiled sweet potatoes. Me, I prefer to do sweet potatoes that are baked, so they're in the New Wave oven. And the only thing I'm waiting for these sweet potatoes to do is cool down. Let's get started. We're going to brush the pie shells with butter. And don't be stingy with the butter either. Make sure you get these edges really, really good. Just going to do one on camera. This bottom good. Then you're going to take the cinnamon sugar. This is nothing but sugar and cinnamon mixed together. That's it. You know, when we were kids, we used to make cinnamon toast all the time. That was so good. I have my foil. And the only thing I'm going to do with this is put this around the edges of the pie crust because I don't want the edges to cook too quickly. I'm more concerned about the bottom part of the pie. That's my biggest concern, is the bottom. So you cover your edges up. And this is really a simple, easy recipe. And it's good. Good, good, good. So there you have the pie shells are ready for the oven. I have the oven set for 300 degrees. I don't want them to cook too fast, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to leave them in, but I'm going to start them out on 20 minutes. Set my timer. And while these are cooking, I'm going to check the potatoes, the coolness of the potatoes, but I'm going to start peeling them and get them ready. I've peeled the potatoes and I have the butter in here. So now what we're going to do, before I put the cream cheese in here, we're just going to get this going slowly. This is so hot. I don't know if you can see the steam, but this is so hot that you can't add any eggs to it at this time. I could temper the eggs, and what tempering is you put a little bit of the hot in another bowl, and you add the eggs. You beat the eggs, and you add the eggs to it just a little bit at a time, because you want to bring everything up to temperature, but you don't want it to go too fast, because if you put the eggs in now while it's so hot, what you're going to have is scrambled eggs. So what I'm going to do, because I have the time to do it, I'm going to let this cool down, and once this gets completely cool, then I'm going to add the eggs. But I wanted to let you guys know what I'm doing, and I'm going to let you take a look at it. That's where we at right now. And you see the steam coming up on there? And this is nice, but you have to be able to add the eggs, so everything has to be cool. And as soon as we get the cool down, completely cool down, then we're going to start. Okay, I have removed the pie shells from the oven, and this is what we got. Don't that look good? It smells so good. Oh my goodness. And with the foil being around the tops, that ensures that it's not going to cook too fast. And we're going to bake these pies on 325. Okay, what I did end up doing was I baked that third potato, okay? I said, I think I should have did 3 instead of 2. So instead of using 2 potatoes, you want to use 3 large sweet potatoes, yams, whatever you got. That's what you want to use. So that's what I did. I'm going to turn this back on. Now I'm going to add the cream cheese. Just 8 ounces. I'm going to add, in here I have 2 tablespoons of flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and I have a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Why the baking powder? Don't ask me. I just do it. The flour, for me, it helps everything bind together. And another thing, we're going to add a little bit of salt. You always want to add some salt for flavor. So we're going to do a half a teaspoon of salt. You don't want a lot, but you want enough for flavor. And I know a lot of people like canned milk in their sweet potatoes. Their sweet potato pies, they use canned milk. Me, personally, I used to use canned milk, but if I have condensed milk, I will use condensed milk versus canned milk. If I don't have the condensed milk, then I'm always going to use canned milk. So we're going to add the condensed milk. And you guys know this stuff is sweet, sweet, sweet. We have not added the eggs. The eggs will be the last item to go in here. I just want to do a taste. That's good, but I'm going to add a little sugar. And I'm going to say a half a cup of sugar. But I want a little bit sweeter. And we put in 2 sticks of butter. It's already in here. Haven't added the vanilla. Let's add the vanilla. That's 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Let's taste it again. On hit, on point. 1 can of condensed milk, half a cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It's on point. Now, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Jack Daniels and 4 tablespoons of Irish cream liqueur. Like that Bailey's Irish cream or any Irish cream you got. Let's turn this down. So you just want to add this a little at a time. And this Irish cream liqueur smells so good. And remember, I still have not added the eggs. Taste test. Taste test. I will dirty up every spoon in the house when I'm cooking and baking. That's enough. I left out 1 tablespoon. So, cheers. Ooh, that's good. If you like that. Now, adding this Irish cream to this dish, this is something that you don't have to do. This is just something I elected to do because I just wanted to try something different. This is good without the Irish cream, without the Jack Daniels. You do not have to add alcohol. This is just something that I'm doing because I wanted something different, a different taste. It's good with it. It's good without it. So if you're not an alcohol drinker or you don't like alcohol in your baking, please omit that process. This is just something I'm doing and I just wanted to share. Okay? So now we're going to add the eggs. Okay, I'm done with my taste test. So once you're done with your taste test, go for it. And if you feel like you need like a little bit more flour for more binding, add the flour. Just a couple of tablespoons at a time. These are our holiday pies. These are our Thanksgiving pies. You can make them for Christmas. You can make them any time of the year, 365 days a year. Get them on the table. This does not take long. And I'd rather have this pie than go to Walmart and get one of their baked pies. I mean, if I didn't have a choice, I would do that, but I have choices. So I'm going with my own pies. Let's get this filling into this pie crust. Only thing you have to do, I've already done it, but just take your foil and just kind of lift it up. And get these pie shells in here. And get this filling in here. And just fill it up. Don't be scared. Don't be skimpy. Fill it up. This is 3 large sweet potatoes. Remember, I started off with 2, and I realized I needed a 3rd one. So 3 large sweet potatoes. 2 already made pie shells. Now what I'm going to do, the cinnamon sugar I made, now we're going to take a little bit, and we're just going to sprinkle it over the top of the pies. Then we're going to bake them in the oven on 325. Some people bake on 350. I don't like to bake that high if I don't have to. Sometimes you have to, but I prefer 325. And I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. And then I'll check on the pies. And if I need more baking time, we'll do that. But once the pies are completely baked, we'll be back. But don't be stingy with the cinnamon sugar. Do not. And it gives it a nice color. So nothing is wasted. It has been exactly 1 hour baked at 325 degrees. The pies are ready. I've removed the foil from around the sides, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this melted butter. I'm just going to go back over the crust again. Just a little bit, just dab it all around the crust. And we are going to let these pies cool down. They cooked for exactly 1 hour. 1 hour on these pies at 325. So make sure you check your oven's temperature, and you may need to cook your pies longer, or you may need to cook your pies for a shorter amount of time. It's up to you how you want to do it. Well, everybody, I want to thank you for stopping by to see how I make my sweet potato cheesecake pie. These are so good. I've made these many a times, and they are so good. And make sure they do have cream cheese in them, so make sure you refrigerate your pies. And you can also, if you like, it's up to you, just dab just a little bit of butter on the top. Let these pies cool down and put them in the refrigerator. And also, they freeze very well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap a little bit of wax paper, just wax paper on top after they cool down. And then I'm going to wrap them in saran wrap, and I'm going to put these in the freezer. I just cleared my freezer so that I can make room. I always have to make room for Thanksgiving. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so at this time. Hit that subscription button, notification bell, leave me a comment, like, share this video out with others. Let them know what your girl Eating with Food for Thought Roberts is doing over here. We getting ready for Thanksgiving, and this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Everybody, have a blessed day. Make your pies the way you want them, the way you like them. Do it how you and your family likes them. If you want to add that little extra something, something to them, add it. Do not be afraid to add a little something, something to it. Me, this is my little something, something that I added to mine. This is not required. This is just something I wanted to do because I wanted a different taste. And the taste is on point. So, I hope you try this recipe. I hope you check out some of my other videos that I have. I have a cornbread video. I have a cornbread dressing video that is doing very well. Sweet potatoes, yams. What else was that I had? Oh, macaroni and cheese. I have quite a few videos out there. So go to my channel, Eating with Food for Thought Roberts, and check me out and see what your girl is doing over there. I'm going to get finished with this. Then I'm going to get these, after they cool down, I'm going to get these into the refrigerator for one day, and then they go into the freezer the next day. Thank you guys. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. That's my time, and I'm out.